give us enough time to get through all those damn breaks.
The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Kraken, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome out to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium here in Girard, Kansas. I'm Josh Lettner. Alongside me, Jess Murphy, getting set to bring you tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Liberal Bulldogs. Trojans come into tonight's game 1-0, Liberal 0-1 on the season. Trojans with a 63-48 win over Parsons last week, and then back on the first, Liberal dropped a 61-49 decision on the road at Baxter Springs, and so both of these teams looking to keep things going here early on in this high school basketball season, and Liberal coming across state lines here tonight. But just you look at their schedule, they play Colgan, they play Southeast, they play a lot of teams here in Southeast Kansas. Just geographically makes sense for them, I suppose.
Right, and we've played Liberal, I know, the last few years for sure. I think it's a game we put on the schedule every year.
And, of course, Liberal, they host that Tony DuBray Classic tournament early every year. And back eons ago, my first broadcast job was calling Colgan. Don't tell anybody. But we used to have to go over there every year. Great hospitality room at the Tony DuBray Classic. But nonetheless, just a boys matchup here tonight. Girls on the road at a tournament over in St. Paul. So we're thankfully here in Ted R. Taylor, the friendly confines for this one here tonight. They've had a C team game, a JV game, and now getting set. These are the final 2 minutes here we're seeing of the JV game, and then we'll have the varsity game short to follow. We do want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is brought to you by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. We'll step away for our first break of the pregame, come back, fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show as we move closer to tip-off of tonight's varsity boys action between the Trojans and the Bulldogs. You get ready to watch some Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcmb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert's Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor. We're in the waning seconds of the JV matchup here between the Girard Trojans and the Liberal Bulldogs. Once this one concludes, they're going to put about 15 minutes on the clock, let the two teams warm up, and then we'll be ready for tip-off of varsity action. From here in Girard, the JV boys look like they're going to pull this one out. We do want to let you know that our pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Jess, a couple of wild games last week at Parsons. Girls game went to overtime. The Lady Trojans fell just short in that one. But the boys put out a really good performance, and going into that game, we talked about how much we didn't know about these teams, but learned a lot last week about these Trojans, and finished with 3 guys in double figures, almost had 5 guys in double figures, and kind of different from what we saw out of the Trojans a lot last season. And you get the feeling that this is a squad this year that's going to have to win or lose as a group. There's not going to be any one of these guys who's going to put the team on his shoulders this year. And so it was really encouraging to see the kind of team effort they got last week in Parsons.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I was pleasantly surprised. Not a finished product. First game of the season, there was a lot of rough edges around the corners. I do believe that this team has a pretty high ceiling. I like the looks of them. If they pass the eye test Friday night, and I'll do my best here to get a hold of some of my buddies over in St. Paul and see if we can't get some updates on some girls' games.
Yeah, you know, the Trojans last week, they got good-looking interior players. Their guards are long and tall. Maybe they don't have that slasher that they had last year in Bram Bourne, but defensively, they're going to create some problems for people, because you saw when they turned up the pressure against Parsons last week with the half-court trap, they're really able to get out in those passing lanes and make things difficult for other teams just because of their length out there in the front court.
Yeah, that length, that's a word you'll probably hear both of us say a lot this year, because I'm telling you, I've watched Trojan basketball for 40-some years that I can remember, and I don't ever remember a Trojan team that the smallest kid on the team's Alex Kester, and he was our starting tailback, a 6-foot, good-looking, big kid, and he's about the smallest kid on the basketball court.
Yeah, so kind of an interesting team this year, and it's been fun to kind of get a feel for him here early in the season. We talked to Coach Westcott after the game last week, and he said he's still getting a feel for him. So I think there's a lot of potential in this group of guys that maybe we didn't see for some reason on paper or didn't get a chance to really see it much last year. So kind of an exciting few weeks coming up here in the month of December before we break for Christmas. You're going to know a lot about this team by the time the holidays roll around.
Yeah, I can't wait either, Josh. I'm really looking forward to this year.
Well, I'm looking forward to Christmas too, Jeff. A stocking full of goodies.
I get coal about every year. But
Wah wah. All right, we'll step away for our second break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll be back to talk over some area matchups, keys to the games, your starting lineups, and more. All that as we move towards tip-off here coming up in about 15 minutes from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. You're going to watch the Trojans and the Bulldogs on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Both teams have taken the floor as the Girard Trojans get set to welcome in the Liberal Bulldogs from over in Missouri. And Liberal 0-1 on the season. Trojans 1-0. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Liberal lost their season opener to Baxter 61-49. Trojans won their season over at Parsons 63-48. And this early in the season, you don't really know a whole hell of a lot about any of these teams. But we're finding out a lot here over a very quick period of time. We know Coach Westcott said that Liberal likes to get out and run with it. if they do, they're playing right into the hands of the Trojans. A team that likes to get out and run, can really pressure you and turn you over, as we saw last week against Parsons. And so if Liberal does want to get out and run, they got to take care of the ball here tonight, or this one might get away from them fairly early. Let's take a look at some of our matchups going on around the area tonight. Our look at the local matchups is brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing, can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. All right, let's just hit the ground running, Jess. No particular order, not alphabetical, not by order of magnitude here. Osawatomie is on the road at Prairie View. Keep an eye on that one. Madison is at Oswego. St. Paul is at Golden City, Missouri. Colgan travels to Chetopa. Chanute is on the road at Winfield out in Cowley County. Baxter travels down to Oklahoma to take on Quapaw. It's about a 3-mile drive from Baxter to Quapaw, so those kids know each other well. Labette County on the road at Mulvane. A winless Pittsburgh Purple Dragons are on the road at Nevada. They're also 0-2, so somebody's got to win that one. Baldwin on the road at Anderson County. Of course, keep an eye on Anderson County. They're in our district, so they're in our sub-state. Keep an eye on that one. Uniontown is at Humboldt. Pleasanton is at Jayhawk Lynn. Another, 10-mile drive between those two schools. Erie is at Crest. Independence is at Circle High School. Burlington is at Lewisburg. Fort Scott is at Wellsville. And that pretty much rounds out all your area schools in action here tonight, early in this 22-23 basketball season. But this game here in front of us looks like it could be a good one. And Jess, you would think that the key for both teams tonight, if you're up against an opponent that likes to get out and run, you got to take care of the basketball.
Right. Limit your turnovers, limit any unforced mistakes. Another thing that I want to kind of look for is some offensive rebounds from the Trojans, getting some second chances, being in position when we put the shot up, people in the paint, get some offensive boards.
Yeah, they had some struggles on the offensive boards against Parsons last week, but then in the second half they really took over. A large part of that was Colton Dressler came in, had 10 points in the third quarter alone, and about, I would say, more than half of those were on offensive rebounds and putbacks. So
just being in the right spot.
Right, physically being in the right spot. All right, your keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right vehicle for them or their family. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. Or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. All right, we'll step away for our final break. No, our third break of the pregame show. We'll be back with starting lineups, the national anthem, tip-offs, all that jazz coming up. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. We're about 4.5 minutes away from tip-off of the varsity boys action here tonight between the Girard Trojans and the Liberal Bulldogs. We mentioned earlier the Lady Trojans tonight on the road at the tournament in St. Paul. Jess is working all of his deep St. Paul connections to try and get us some score updates from that one.
Namely, Mr. Brad Buckley.
Yeah. Well, you know, in journalism, you don't give away your sources, Jess. You play those close to the vest.
He's an insurance guy, so it doesn't matter.
So he wants everybody to know his name anyway.
Right.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. All right. We're getting set for the starting lineups, national anthem here. Let's go ahead and take a look at those starting lineups. The starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylists Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First off, for the Liberal Bulldogs, they'll start number 2, a senior Chase Ray. Number 3, a senior Matt Boney. Number 5, a senior Peyton Morrow. Number 11, a senior Nate Smith. And number 12, a senior Cale Marti. For the Girard Trojans, same starting 5 as last week on the road in Parsons. They'll start number 5, a 6'2 junior Aiden Troike. Number 11, 6'4 senior Luke Nigaman. Number 12, a 6-foot senior Alex Kester. Number 22, a 6'5 senior Tommy McDowell. And number 25, a 6'2 senior Aiden Damon to round out the starters for the Trojans. Woof. That was like the longest JV game I think I've witnessed in quite some time, Jesse. Both teams got into the bonus. The clock stopped. That fourth quarter took forever. Exciting, but long. It was a grind. Battle of attrition.
I always appreciate the JV level. I mean, it's a great building block at every team. The more participation you can have, the more reps kids get. But I'm telling you, if you don't have a dog in the fight, sometimes JV games can be a little painful to watch.
Wasn't it last year where we got hoodwinked into broadcasting a JV girls game? Yeah. Was that last year?
The COVID year, we broadcasted a handful of JV games.
Oh, yeah. Talk about earning it, man. It's just not as crisp at the JV level as it is at the varsity level. It makes for a herky-jerky broadcast, that's for sure. I mean, just pretty much all of our broadcasts are kind of herky-jerky, but anyway.
What are you saying here?
Yeah. Nothing that everybody doesn't already know. Well, I guess we'll just step away for our final break of the pregame as we get set for the national anthem and the starting lineups. As we move closer to tip-off here at Ted R. Taylor, you're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Crawcan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crawcan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crawcan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crawcan.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, getting set for tip-off as they're doing the introductions here on the floor tonight. Had a little technical difficulty with the ye old national anthem. I was ready to bust it out a cappella, Jess, but nobody asked.
Yeah, I'll volunteer you next time that happens.
Yeah. Just hand me the mic. Get ready for the magic.
I could do the
or cover your
Roseanne.
ears, one or the other.
Was it Roseanne Connor? I could probably do that version.
No. Don't bring that up.
For that San Diego Padres game,
Some
I do
things are
believe.
best forgotten.
Yeah.
All right, get set for the opening tip. Brought to you by Loritz Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Loritz Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Loritz Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. All right, some basketball, man.
Yeah, I
Here
got
we
a
go.
little statistical oddity for you here.
What?
Yeah, the winner of the tip wins the ball game 50% of the time.
Jess. That's just like the person leading when time runs out wins 100% of the time.
Every time.
Every time.
New scoring rule this year, yeah. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game automatically wins.
I wonder, has the legislature voted on that multiplier yet? The competitive multiplier?
I haven't really heard.
Liberal wins the toss, or wins the tip. I'm sorry. Boney with it. And quickly slashing to the bucket, Cale Marty. First bucket of the game. And Liberals out to the 2-0 lead. Trojans down on the offensive end now. Nigaman with it on the wing. Up top to Kester. Now down low. Fade away from Aiden Troike is good. Shot that one in rhythm. We're tied at 2. Trojans showing the man-to-man look defensively. Not a lot of size on the floor for Liberal, so you know they're going to do a lot of back cuts and a lot of dribble driving. Long shot on the way, no good, but there for the rebound is Nate Smith. Put back high off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Tommy McDowell. It's tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by McDowell. He loves the call. A little bit of frustration there, but when you're a big man, you keep that ball up high. Inbound pass, no good, and Damon picks it off. Ahead to Troike down the lane. Euro steps, and a little up and under goes for Aiden Troike. He's got 4 points, and the Trojans lead at 4-2. Quickly back the other way. Shot on the way from Nate Smith, no good. Rebound tipped around. Troike going for the rebound. There's a collision, and it's going to be Trojan basketball. Let's see who they call this foul on. Troike's okay. Boy, Aiden's been aggressive here in the early moments of this ball game.
Yep, foul was on number 5, Peyton Morrow.
First team foul on Liberal here in the first half. Kester into the lane. Tough pass picked off, intended for McDowell. Now coming the other way, Boney. This is Marty with it, driving. He'll kick back out, too high. And out of bounds intended for Peyton Morrow. It'll turn it over to the Trojans. McDowell with it, top of the key. Thought about a three. Now he gathers himself. He'll shoot it too strong off the back iron. Nigaman tips it out, but I believe they're going to get an over-the-back foul on Luke Nigaman. That's his first team foul on the Trojans. Now Morrow will handle it up the floor for Liberal. Marty's pass deflected. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. Shot on the way from Marty, no good. Out of bounds, they're going to say last touch by Kester. It looked like maybe Boney was standing on his foot a little bit, so Alex couldn't move his feet to get after it. That's one of those legal gray areas in basketball. Into the corner to Damon. Now to McDowell quickly. Nice ball movement to get it to Kester. Shot is up and good. And he'll head to the line to try and complete the three-point play. Let's see, they got the foul on Boney. That's his first. Second team foul on the Bulldogs. Quincy Basil and Cameron Peak check into the game. Kester misses the free throw. Got a foul on Kester here. Basil handling. Played a couple quarters in the JV game. Boney now to Smith. They could try to get it down to Boney on the back cut, but Dingaman there to poke it out of bounds. It'll stay with Liberal. Get it over the top to Basil. Shot on the way, and it's good for Peyton Morrow. First three-pointer of the game cuts the Trojan lead to 1 here with 4.5 left to play first quarter. Damon cross court to Aiden Troike. His shot won't go. Damon over the top for the rebound. Tips it to himself. Now Kester open from 10, and he hits. 4 points for Kester. Trojan lead back to 3, and there's a steal by Kester. And it's going to stay with Girard. Clevenger checks in, replacing Aiden Damon. Luke Bott checks in for Liberal. Surveys the floor, finds McDowell, and he's open for 3 and hits it. First three-pointer of the game for the Trojans, but quickly back the other way comes Luke Bott for Liberal. Clevenger into the corner to McDowell. He'll pull the trigger on another one and misses. Here comes Bazal back the other way. His shot no good. Rebound, 3 Trojans, and nobody can bring it in. And there's a travel. We'll turn it over to the Trojans. You're all right. Girard leading it by 3. And a blocking foul going to be called as Troike was going to the bucket. They got Peak with that one. That's his first. Third team foul on Liberal. Into the lane now. Nigaman with the quick turnaround. Can't get it to go. Kester's there with the rebound. His putback is blocked. It'll stay with Girard. Clevenger with it, cross court to Kester. Now Troike will reset to McDowell on the edge, back into Nigaman in the lane. Shot on the way from Kester off the glass is good. 6 points for Kester. Trojans lead it by 5. Into the lane. That was Peyton Morrow, and we're going to whistle Kester with this foul. Oh, no, they got Nigaman with it. I don't know about that, Jess, but
yeah, I thought
he's a little bit out of control going into the lane there, and I'm not sure that Luke really got much of him.
Just enough.
Aiden Emmons checks back into the game. And Morrow missed them both.
Liberal just did a hockey line change.
Yeah, line change there. I think we've seen all these guys before, so that. Oh, there's a errant pass from McDowell intended for Dressler, picked off. Now Liberal. Bazal with it going down the baseline, blocked from behind by McDowell, but nobody was looking at the ball and able to track it down was Marty for Liberal. Marty trying to cross over Kester. Now he'll give it up. Bazal being guarded by the much taller Colton Dressler. As you might imagine on this undersized Liberal squad, a lot of motion on this offense. They work it around. Marty, now this is Isaac Edwards in the game for the first time. Catch Alex Kester with this foul. That's his second. Fourth team foul on the Trojans, so fouls starting to add up here on Girard. Minute 17 left to go first quarter. That's their fourth team foul. Trojans lead it by 5, but Liberal not really giving them much breathing room. And the rebound tracked down by Troike. Off to the races, off the glass, doesn't go, but he's fouled from behind by Bazal, and he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. First on Basil, both teams playing with 4 fouls. Troike hits his first. 5 points for Troike, pushes the Trojan lead back to 6. Matt Boney replaces Basil. And Troike hits them both. Trojan lead is 7, less than a minute here first quarter. Modi into the lane. He got a little push from behind by Troike, and it's one of those fouls, Jess. We saw it last week against Parsons. The help was there. There's no reason to push him from behind, and Troike will occasionally make that frustration foul. Looked like that's what that was right there. Shot on the way, no good, but somehow Marty comes down with the rebound, and it looks like he was fouled by Dressler. Oh, they're going to whistle Brett Clevenger with that one. Shot no good for Cale Marty. His first trip to the line tonight, he's got 2 points. He made the first bucket of the night for Liberal. And the second one's good. Now some full court pressure being applied by Liberal. Trojans break it. Clevenger with it on the wing. He's trapped and throws it away. And it's poked away out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Trojans now. They're able to save it in bounds. Troike down the lane, and he's going to draw contact. And I believe they're going to say that one's on the floor. And they'll whistle that foul on Matt Boney. That's his second. Get it into Troike up top. Clevenger in the corner, now swing it. Clevenger with it. Out to Troike, thought about a three, pulls it down now. He'll pull the trigger on one, too strong, and that's going to be it. For the first quarter, Trojans lead it by 6. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
One quarter in the books. Trojans lead it by 6. There's a lot of fouls here in this first half. 11 combined fouls on these teams.
Yeah, a little sloppy maybe, how I want to put it, that first quarter.
Well, you know that Liberal's a team that wants to kind of make the game messy. A long pass over the top to Troike. He brings it down and then puts it back up. Another bucket for Aiden Troike. Chase Roy with it now. Boney, now he'll kick it around. This is Luke Bott. Back out to Peyton Morrow. Almost a carry there. They'll swing it. Shot on the way. No good. Rebound pulled down by Luke Nigaman. And the Trojans back in business offensively. Cross court to Troike. 15-footer is good. Aiden Troike came to play tonight. He's got 10 points. Trojans lead it by 10. Shot on the way from from Chase Roy. And it's good for 3. And Liberals going to have to keep those 3-pointers coming tonight, I have a feeling. Aiden Diamond answers back with a 3 of his own. His first bucket of the night keeps the lead at 10. There's a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. And Jess, your sources are coming through. What's the report there from St. Paul?
In St. Paul, at the end of the first quarter, we got St. Paul up 10-6 on the Girard girls. Barnstormer over there.
An offensive explosion. You see Coach Westcott giving some pointers here. Aiden Troike's really had a heck of a game thus far. It's nice to see Aiden Damon find his outside shot. McDowell checks back into the game, replacing Colton Dressler. So it is Troike, McDowell, Kester, Nigaman, and Damon on the floor right now for Girard. Low pass inside, off the glass and good for Matt Boney. Troike over the top to McDowell, a little bit short for him. Now back into Nigaman, shot on the way. Oh, rolls out everything but goes down. And now here comes Liberal back the other way, and Marty is going to walk with it. And that'll turn it back over to Girard. Just wanted to pass, and then somebody jumped in that passing lane. He couldn't slam on the brakes fast enough.
Skidded a tire, didn't he?
Yep, dragged that pivot foot. It's bad to do that. It's worse to do it right in front of the official. McDowell with it. He'll put it on the floor into the lane. Out to Damon. Now back into McDowell. On the blocks. Turnaround is good. 5 points for McDowell. Trojans back up by 10. A pass deflected, picked off by Nigaman. Ahead. Numbers for Troike. Tries to get it to McDowell. And he's going to be fouled on the shot attempt. They're going to get Luke Bott with that one. Six-team foul on Liberal, and it sends Tommy McDowell to the line to shoot a pair. His first trip to the stripe tonight. First one leaves it short. Another line change for Liberal. Basil and Ray sit. Cameron Peak and Nate Smith back into the game. Second shot rattles off. Kester saves it. Gets it back into McDowell. Now up top to Troike, and then Kester pulls the trigger on a three. Don't see that very often. 9 points for Alex Kester. Trojans up by 13. That pass deflected, another turnover. Back the other way. Aiden Troike running. Off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound comes down to the Bulldogs. And Troike gets back and stops the momentum. Kester with the rebound. Off the scoop shot. Damon to Aiden Troike. He'll pull the trigger on a 20-footer, won't go. Rebound comes down to Luke Bott. And here comes Liberal. Trying to cut into this 13-point lead. Almost a walk there on Edwards. Now Edwards with it in the corner. Get it back up top to Boney. Bott with it. His pass picked off by McDowell.
There's some of that length we've been talking about, Josh.
Yep. Long arms. Really don't leave much margin for error in the passing game. McDowell pulls trigger on a three. Almost goes. Kester with the rebound. Put back no good, but a foul. And they're going to get Isaac Edwards with this one. That'll be his first. 7th team foul on Liberal. I'll take that back. They got it on Cameron Peak, even though I'm not sure he was near the play. Kester hits the first. The lead is 14 for the Trojans. Kester right here trying to make it 15. Ethan Brooks checked into the game, seeing his first action tonight for Girard. And Kester hits them both. And bad pass out of bounds. It'll turn it right back over to the Trojans. That's a little bit too long to try and throw a bounce pass there. And there's a timeout on the floor. We'll see. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. And Jess, you mentioned it earlier. We talked about it before the game, just the length of these guards and forwards for the Trojans really play hell with your passing game if you're liberal. Can we say that on the internet?
Right.
I don't
Once.
know.
Yeah.
I can say it once. There we go.
I agree. It's just, like I said, every one of those boys seems like their arms hang down past their knees, and they're just all good at getting into the passing zone. And they're
Calling those boys knuckle draggers?
Yeah, a little bit. They just got that body type. I'd like to see them. Maybe we're still not blocking out. I'd like to see us a little more aggressive on the rebounds, but I could probably nitpick anything from way up here. So
yeah, this is the perfect seat for nitpicking right here. 3:34 to play first half. Trojans on top by 15. They're trying to bring the half-court trap, and it works. Kester's got to close that gap to McDowell when he sees the trap. You can't just stand there and wait for the pass. Liberal back the other way with the bucket. Cuts the lead to 13. Dangerous cross-court pass. Damon will get it back at the top of the key. Back into the corner to Kester. He'll put it on the floor. Goes baseline. Drives, and he's fouled from behind. They're going to get Nate Smith. Well, we'll see who they get. Nate Smith's the guy who fouled him. Yep, Nate Smith. That's his first. 8th team foul on Liberal. Kester hits first. Kester 3 for 4 from the line tonight. Make that 4 of 5. Trojan lead back to 15. Open shot from the baseline, rattles out. Nigaman saves the carom inbounds. It'll stay with Girard. Down to McDowell on the blocks. Kicks it out to Damon. Shot on the way for 3, no good. And McDowell had really good position there against a smaller man on the blocks. I don't think there's any need to kick that out. Just take advantage of your size and shoot over him. But that's just me. I'm old school, Jess.
yeah,
I grew up in the era before Steph Curry where the three-point shot wasn't the first option.
the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook in the paint.
Not that old, man.
Well, I might be.
I mean, I remember Kareem, but there's McDowell down to Dressler. Nice look there. Colton Dressler's first bucket of the game. Gives the Trojans a 17-point lead. Pass poked away, but tracked down. And they're going to get a foul against, I believe, McDowell. A little too much reaching in there. And you want to get in the pass lanes if you're McDowell, but that far from the bucket, you don't want to get a foul.
Right.
Clevenger in, replacing Ethan Brooks. Free throw's good for Mason Eiler. So both teams getting pretty deep into their bench here in the first half. As Eiler hits them both. Cuts the lead to 13. Sorry, 15. McDowell's hook in the lane won't go. Bazal comes down with it. And his cross-court pass picked off by Aiden Troike. And his layup is good and a foul. 12 points for Troike here in the first half. Chance to make it 13 here, but they get the foul on Peyton Morrow. That's his second. 9th team foul on the Bulldogs, so Trojans getting close to that double bonus. And Troike hits. 13 points in the first half for Aiden Troike. And there's a walk. They caught Chase Ray, just kind of took too many steps without dribbling there. Now Scott Moore seeing his first varsity action for the Trojans. They got a foul here at the elbow. See who they get this one on. Clevenger collided with Peyton Morrow. Morrow's going to get the foul. I think he also took an elbow to the top of the head, so he really got the worst end of that in every facet.
Both ends of the stick.
Yeah. And now Clevenger will head to the line, his first trip to the stripe. Hits his first.
Aiden Chorkey doing a good job of leadership out there, directing traffic on what they're going to do defensively.
Clevenger hits them both. Almost a carry there. Bulldogs swing it around. This is Basil with it. Back up top to Marty. Ray, now Boney. And Boney will pull the trigger on a three off the side of the backboard, but right there with the rebound and the putback is Mason Eiler. Just checked into the game not too long ago. He's got 4 points. And the lead down to 18. Clevenger thought about a three. Now into the corner to Dressler. Cross court to Troike. Into the lane. He looks for Dressler, but Dressler wasn't ready for it. A little bit behind him. Turns it over. Quickly back the other way. Marty with it. Now here's Ray. Going to pull the trigger on a three. And can't get it to fall. And they're going to whistle Dressler with the foul. Or are they just going to say it's out of bounds last touch by Dressler? I believe that's it.
I concur.
Oh, no. How about that? Credit that bucket, I guess, to Matt Boney. 4 points in the game for Boney. And the Trojans getting close to being up by 20, but now it's getting cut into as they've not passed the ball very well here on these last few possessions, trying to force it.
Now we have a foul.
Now we got a foul against Girard, and they're going to whistle Scott Moore with this one. That's his first. And parade to the free throw line here for the next 9 seconds. I don't know about those shoes, Jess.
They're pretty.
And they're going to get Basil with the foul. Oh, nope. They're going to get Mason Eiler. I'm going to run out of spots here for fouls. Team fouls, anyway. Surely they can't get any more fouls in 4 seconds, Jess.
I wouldn't.
At least 3 more, right?
I would not make that bet.
Troike hits the first. He's on a tear here in the first half. 14 points for Aiden Troike, leading the way for the Trojans.
Speaking of halves, Girard girls up 18-15 at half over in St. Paul.
Came roaring back in that second quarter.
Good for them.
Probably turned on the full court pressures. Probably what happened there. I'm just going to guess. Troike hits them both. Trojans back up by 18, and Ransom Bourne into the game. And it won't go. And that's going to do it for the first half. Trojans lead it by 18, 40-22. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. We're at halftime of tonight's boys matchup between the Trojans and the Liberal Bulldogs. At the break, the Trojans lead it by 18. Our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, Jess, we kind of looked at each other. We both thought that was kind of an ugly first half, but then you look up at the scoreboard and Trojans are up by 18, so I guess it wasn't that ugly. But.
Right, that's what we talked a little bit off air there. I kept waiting. I thought the boys was going to kick it in gear at any time, and I look up the scoreboard and we're up 18. I thought, well, heck, maybe
we've been in gear.
Right, maybe they've been in gear. It's just not maybe been as fluid and as a quick a pace game as last week's, but 40 points and a half, that's quite a few.
Well, we talked before the game about Liberal liking to get out and run, and we said that they're going to have to take care of the ball, and that's certainly an area they had trouble with in the first half. Lots of turnovers. That length of the Trojans really gave them fits with the passing game, and those turnovers really, I think, are the story of the first half. And, of course, you've got Aiden Troike just absolutely going off for the Trojans as well. Alex Kester's played a good first half. Let's take a look at some of those numbers. Our Eye on the Game is brought to you by Canar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kennar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kennar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KennarEyeCare.com. First off, for the Liberal Bulldogs, they're led in scoring by Peyton Morrow. He's got 5. Mason Eiler and Matt Boney both have 4. Cale Marty and Luke Bott and Chase Ray all have 3 points each. And that rounds out the scoring for the Liberal Bulldogs. For the Girard Trojans, they're led in scoring by Aiden Schroike with 15 first-half points. 9 of those coming in the second quarter. Next up, Alex Kester with 13. 7 of those coming in the second quarter. Then next up, Tommy McDowell has 5. Aiden Damon had a 3 in the second quarter. And Brett Clevenger and Colton Dressler with 2 points each to round out the scoring for the Girard Trojans. So pretty good first half defensively for Girard, but lots of fouls. Both teams ended up in the bonus there by the end of the second quarter. So I know there's some things that Coach Westcott wants to talk to his team about, and a lot of things to get cleaned up, because a lot of times when a game is messy like that, you're causing a lot of turnovers and it gets frenetic up and down the floor. Lots of mistakes happen. It just gets kind of sloppy, and I think that's kind of what we saw there in that second quarter, and you got to think Coach wants to get a handle on that.
I agree, and I don't know if sloppy is the word. Like we said, Liberal did a good job of maybe slowing it down and trying to mud it up a little bit, and of course, Trojans can't score if Liberals got the basketball, but then they would end up maybe throwing it away, or Trojans would do a good job of getting into lane and score some baskets in transition. And like you said, a lot of things to work on, but have second half to do it in.
Well, you know, it's pre-Christmas basketball, and that's always kind of a crapshoot. You never really know what you're going to get, but so far early in the season, Trojan fans got to be pretty pleased with what they're seeing this team put together, because the pieces are there.
Right.
You know, the defensive intensity's there, the size is there, and I think this, just looking at over a small sample size here of these couple of games, it looks like the Trojans have got some tools to give some teams trouble this year.
I second that motion, Josh Lettner.
All right, we're going to step away for our second break here of the GN Bank halftime show. We move back closer to second half action here from Girard. Trojans lead it by 18 at the half over the Liberal Bulldogs. You're watching the GN Bank halftime show on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kennar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
And we're underway here in the second half. Liberal with the ball coming out of the break. And a quick foul. I think they're going to get Tommy McDowell on this, only because he's standing there with his hands up. Looks about as innocent as the Hamburglar. Who, me? That's 2 on McDowell. First team foul on the Trojans here in the second half. Quickly into the corner. Shot on the way is good for Peyton Morrow. 8 points for Morrow. Cuts the lead down to 15. Aiden Damon left alone for 3. Thank you very much. He's short with it. Rebound comes down to Luke Nigaman. He's fouled on the putback. And Luke will head to the line to shoot a pair. They're going to get this foul on Nate Smith. That's his second. First team foul on Liberal here in the second half. Luke still looking for his first points of the night. Won't get it right there. And the second one rattles in. Pushes the lead back to 16. Chase Ray down the lane, off the glass, gets it to go. Nobody cut him off. 5 points for Ray, cuts the lead to 13. I'm sorry, 14. Troike into the lane to Kester. Now he'll kick it back out to Troike. Puts it on the floor, down the lane, little hop. Jump stop, and the shot is good. Troike picks up where he left off in the first half. He has 17. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Troike, loses his footing. Ball's loose, body's on the floor. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Travis Walton. Save possession for the Bulldogs.
It's a full timeout.
And it is a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Trojans leading at 43-27. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live. A quick timeout by Coach Walton to save possession for Liberal on a loose ball. And they'll have it inbounding here, trailing the Trojans by 16 with 6:35 left to play here in the third quarter. I think that's 16. Math is hard.
It's very. Oh.
And wide open shot. We got a defensive breakdown there as Nate Smith picks up his first bucket of the night. Cuts the lead back down to 14. McDowell with it on the far side into the middle of the lane to Nigaman. His shot on the way is good. Got a sliding, fading away shot from Nigaman. Gets it to go, and that.
We'll get Tommy again.
Third foul on McDowell, so he's going to have to be a little bit more careful. And there's another turnover. And Damon's going to get whistled. And the bucket. 6 points for Boney as he tries to make it 7 right here. That's the first personal on Aiden Diamond. And lead down to 13. Trojans haven't done a very good job taking care of the ball here in the third quarter. As Troike being aggressive with it down the lane, draws the fouls on the floor. Nate Smith picked up his third. Into the middle of the lane, now back out. McDowell pulled the trigger on a three and hits it. 8 points for Tommy McDowell. Timeout on the floor.
30.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And now I think I can go ahead and call this beginning of the second half a little sloppy here for the Trojans as they've turned it over about 3 times here in the early moments of this third quarter, and Liberals made the most of it.
Yeah, the Liberal kind of come out and has put some pressure on the boys and some unforced errors maybe a little bit as well. It's just coach seen enough early here in this third quarter to get a timeout called and right the ship.
Gather ourselves.
Yeah. I worried about what would happen if we did get pressed just a little bit. And
no substitutions for the Trojans, so the 5 on the floor are Kester, Damon, Troike, Nigaman, and McDowell. So I believe that's your original starting 5.
Not a real big crowd tonight either with the split boys and girls. So.
Well, you know, Jess, any reason to go to St. Paul is a good one.
Yeah, I like St. Paul.
Yeah. Oh, a big shot on the way and three-pointer for Matt Boney. 9 points for Boney, and he's trying to keep Liberal in this one. Lead back down to 13. McDowell, middle of the lane. They're going to get a held ball.
Well, it had to be one of 3 things. Traveling, foul.
Well, one of them would have been right.
So you just call a jump ball.
Back out to McDowell, pull the trigger on 3 again and hits. 11 points for Tommy McDowell. Trojan lead back up to 16. Get it down low to Marti. Under the bucket, nice back cut. 5 points for Marti. Back down to 14. Luke
looked at it.
Had no interest in shooting that 3. Back to McDowell. He'll take it. And hits. I think he's found a spot there. Three on the way, won't go, but no box out by the Trojans, and right there for the putback is Chase Ray. 8 points for Ray. Lead back down to 15. Troike back over to McDowell, why not? And he hits a three again. 4 threes, 4 for 4 from three here in the third quarter for Tommy McDowell. Trojan lead back up to 18. There's another held ball. Aiden Damon will take a seat. Colton Dressler checks in for Girard. Luke Bott to inbound, gets it in to Boney. His three-pointer on the way is good. 12 points for Boney. And he's single-handedly keeping Liberal in this one. Trojans working around the perimeter. I think they're going to guard McDowell out at the three-point line now. Here's Troike for three, and he nails it. 20 points for Aiden Troike. Back to 18, matching the largest lead of the game for the Trojans. How about the three-point shooting here in this third quarter for Girard? I believe they're 5 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the third quarter. And McDowell's going to pick up a pushing foul against.
Nope, going to get it on Nigaman.
Oh, they're going to Luke. That's 3 on Nigaman. Pass deflected. It's going to be tracked down by Boney. He'll pull the trigger on a three. Off the back iron. Kester pulls it down for Girard, ahead to Troike. And he's going to push. Over to McDowell at the three-point line. Out to Nigaman, off the glass and good. 5 points all in the second half for Nigaman. Trojans lead it by 20. That's the biggest lead of the game. Here in the third, and another line change coming up for Liberal. As Basil, Peak, and Isaac Edwards check into the game. Basil working against Troike. Now back out to Marti. Pass deflected inside by McDowell. He'll come up with the steal. Troike looking to push at the free throw line. Looking for Dressler down low, and then Dressler started to get positioned for a rebound, and pass went right by him. Luckily deflected. It'll stay with Girard. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Trojans out front by 20. Back to McDowell, three-point line. He's calling for it out there. Trying to get it down to Dressler. Tips it inbounds to Kester. Great save there. Back out to Troike at the three-point line. Now cross court to Kester. He'll put it on the floor. Kicks it over to Troike. Open from the wing. He'll take the three. No good. Rebound comes down to Peak for Liberal. They'll look to push ahead. This is Luke Bott. His shot won't go. Marti's rebound attempt. And it tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Marti. It'll go over to the Trojans. Minute 35 to play third quarter.
Oh.
And there's a charge against Troike, and he doesn't like to call, but Marti did have some position there, and Troike absolutely rolled over him with the forearm.
Yeah, give him the old, I don't know what they call that. Lower your shoulder.
Forearm shiv there.
Right.
Yeah. I know what they call it in hockey. I'm not sure basketball. Basil. Going for the degree of difficulty through Troike's legs. Now we're going to have another held ball situation, and I believe the possession arrow is going to favor Liberal. Oh, nope, Girard.
Yep.
These teams are going to be pretty gassed when this one's over. Back up top to Troike. Swing it around. Nigaman into the lane. Troike can't handle the pass. Picked off. Coming back the other way is Luke Bott. And a charging foul as Nigaman stands his ground. Not a lot of points, but a lot of fouls there over the last couple minutes. Trojans still hanging on to that 20-point lead. Deep pass to Kester, off the glass and good, and he's fouled. 15 points for Alex Kester. And the foul is going to be against Luke Bott. Oh, I'm sorry. Isaac Edwards, that's his first. Fourth team foul on Liberal. Kester leaves it short. Rebound tracked down by Edwards. Shot on the way from Morrow. Won't go. Body's on the floor. Dressler comes away with it. Gets it to Troike. Ahead to Nigaman. Up to. Tried to lob it to Tommy McDowell, but McDowell not ready for it. And then dribbled off his leg out of bounds. Morrow here anticipating the half-court trap.
Oh.
And they're going to get a foul on Troike going through the screen.
Huh.
Set by Cameron Peak. I'm not. So if you set the pick and then you just fall down, you draw a foul. High pass, back in, Basil with it. Loose ball, it's going to go to Nigaman, now back to McDowell. Kind of dunked it. And there's a timeout on the floor, or that's going to end the third quarter. Trojans lead at 66-42. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. 1 quarter left to play. Trojans comfortably out in front of this one by 24 over the Liberal Bulldogs. Liberal have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Basil with it now. Peak. They'll swing it around to Morrow. Back to Morrow now. Basil with it. Boney thought about a three, pulls it down. Now back out to Basil. He'll take the three, off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Boney. This is Morrow with it, kicks it back out to Boney for three, and he hits. Cuts the lead to 21. Now McDowell gets it on the baseline. They're going to get an offensive foul against McDowell. Is that it for Tommy? That's his fourth. I'll bring Luke Nigeman back into the game as McDowell sits with 4 fouls. McDowell's just kind of like the kid who can't get away with anything.
Right.
You know, like everything he does out there on the court draws a whistle. As Dressler gets the board for the Trojans, they look to push the other way. Here comes Clevenger going baseline, and they're going to get a blocking foul. And they're going to whistle that one against Matt Boney. That's his 3rd, and they're going to send Clevenger to the line to shoot a pair, even though he was not shooting. He was passing. Hey, there's many a shots I've taken that ended up being a pass, Jess.
Yeah.
You know, like,
looked like it anyway.
yeah. Clevenger hits his first. He's got 3 tonight. And he hits them both. 4 points for Brett Clevenger. Trojan lead back up to 23. Bott checks back into the game for Liberal. Ray with it. Now Basil. Being guarded by Clevenger. Over the top to Ray. Tipped away. Damon comes away with it. Ray saves it in. Dressler comes up with it. And now Troike looking to push for the Trojans. And he's fouled on the floor. I believe they're going to get this one on Nate Smith, number 11, and they do. That's his 4th. Oh, nice pass down low to Nigeman. Just gets his own rebound and the putback. 7 points for Luke Nigeman. The lead is 25, largest lead of the night for the Trojans. And a foul. I don't know about that.
Tightening it up a little.
I guess.
Free throw was good, but got a little update here. Girard girls up 37-15 at the end of their 3rd quarter, so we'll stay tuned on if they can hold that lead. They're playing St. Paul, I do believe.
Ah. Second shot, no good. Ethan Brooks comes down with the board for the Trojans. Kester into the corner to Clevenger. Cross court to Brooks. Now Kester with it. Real Liberal really selling out, trying to pick off some passes, get back into this game. And they're going to get Clevenger with a foul under the bucket. And it's going to be a lot of free throws from here on out. Unfortunately, you'd just like to keep the clock running and go home. I don't know about you, Jess.
Supper.
My couch is sounding real good right now. That one rattles off. Nigeman comes away with it. Over the top to Damon. Now Ethan Brooks. Reverse layup won't go. Rebound comes down to Chase Ray. That timing was just a little bit off there between Damon and Brooks. Three-pointer no good. Nigeman with the rebound ahead to Brooks. And he's just going to take it to the rack and in. First bucket of the night for Ethan Brooks. And a little floater in the lane goes to Peyton Morrow. 11 points for Morrow. Get it down to Clevenger, and he puts it in. Six points for Clevenger. And I get a foul in the lane on the floor. And it stops the clock, 4:43 to play in the game. It's third on Clevenger. 10th team foul on the Trojans. First one's no good for Morrow. Second one rattles off for Morrow. And Brooks going to slow it down. Back over to Clevenger. Into the lane to Troike. Over to Brooks. Trojans just playing keep away right now, trying to burn some of this clock up as we tick under 4:20 to play. Nigaman open under the bucket, calling for it and gets it. 9 points for Luke Nigaman. Trojans lead it by 28. And thrown away out of bounds. Morrow trying to get it over to Isaac Edwards, but threw it into the bleachers. Over the top to Tommy McDowell, who gets the shot in. It's got 21 tonight. And the lead is 30. Nigaman couldn't handle the rebound, touched the out in line. It'll stay with Liberal. Scott Moore into the game, replacing Luke Nigaman. Not a lot of points for Luke, but man, a very active night under the boards. Basil gets his first bucket of the night. Levi Blair checking into the game, seeing his first action of the night. So Clevenger, Blair, Dressler, Brooks, and Moore are the five on the floor right now for Girard. And tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Girard. Under 2 minutes now, clock running. Tyler Salmons checking into the game for Girard. Moore with it in the middle of the lane, gets it down to Dressler, off the glass and good. Four points for Dressler. Quick shot by Basil is good. Call that a three. Now Clevenger with it on the wing, trying to get it into Moore. Tipped out of bounds. Going to be last touched by Moore. He'll turn it over to Liberal. It's just an academic exercise at this point. We're under a minute to play. Trojans leading by a bunch. 80 to 53. What's that? 27. I don't have that many toes anymore. Clevenger with the steals. Basil's having a hard time with the dribble, and he'll go the length of the floor and score it for the Trojans. 8 points for Brett Clevenger. Pushes the lead to 29. Three-point shot on the way, won't go. Yeah, they're just going to dribble it out. That's going to do it. A 29-point victory for the Trojans over the Liberal Bulldogs. They improved to 2-0 on the year. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans come out tonight on top of the Liberal Bulldogs 82-53. We do want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Well, a wild game up and down. Girard led it by 18 at the half. They end up winning by 29. So a solid effort in both halves tonight by Girard. Let's take a look at some of these scoring totals. First for the Liberal Bulldogs, they're led in scoring by Matt Boney. He finished the game with 15 points. 9 of those I'm sorry, 11 of those coming in the second half. Next up, Peyton Morrow finished with 11. Chase Ray added 8. Cale Marti and Quincy Basil both finished with 5. Mason Eiler added 4. Luke Bott had 3. And Nate Smith added a pair to round out the scoring for Liberal. Now for the Girard Trojans, they're led in scoring tonight by Tommy McDowell, who had 5 points at the half. He finished with 21 points. He had 19 points in the third quarter alone. Next up, Aiden Troike, who really carried the Trojans in the first half. He had 15 points at halftime. He finishes with 20 points on the night. Next up, Alex Kester finished with 15. He had 13 in the first half. Brett Clevenger added 8 points. Luke Nigeman had 9. Colton Dressler added 4. Aiden Damon had 3. And Ethan Brooks added a bucket to round out the scoring for Girard. But a convincing win for the Trojans here tonight over the Liberal Bulldogs. And the girls in action right now. They had a comfortable lead over in St. Paul going into the fourth quarter. If we get a final score on that, we'll let you know. But we're going to step away for our first break of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. When we come back, hopefully Coach Westcott will be up here to join us and talk about tonight's game. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Right now we're joined by head coach Rod Westcott of the Girard Trojans. Convincing win tonight, coach, over the Liberal Bulldogs. And small sample size this year, but you got to be pretty happy with the way your team's playing here. And getting good scoring across the board from your guys and good effort up and down the roster.
Yeah, I think the kids are playing hard. That being said, I thought they probably outplayed us a little bit in that first half. They were more aggressive and seemed like they were getting the loose balls a lot quicker than we were, so that's something, that we can definitely get better at. Offensively, I feel like we're moving the ball and getting good looks as long as we don't turn it over. A little sloppy with passes at times, but that's going to happen. We're not there yet. Defensively, I'm a little disappointed right now with our defensive effort. I think we can be a very good defensive team. We're not where I'd like to be at this time, so we've got some work to do, but we got a little bit of time to work on it now. We don't play for over a week now, so which is good. We need to get in the gym and to get some practices under our belt and iron some things out. But I kind of like where we're going. We got some work to do, but got some good things ahead of us, hopefully.
Well, talking about being aggressive in the first half, it seemed like Aiden Troike really came out tonight aggressive, looking for his shot and kind of trying to take it to the boards as much as possible. Was that something you guys have been talking about, or is that just
that's something he's worked on? And he got in foul trouble the other night at Parsons, and he got set by us on the bench probably more than he played the other night. So it's hard to get in the flow of the game when you're sitting on the bench. But he's very capable, and he had a good summer and can get to the rim, and he's got a good shot too. So we expect big things out of him, but we expect big things out of a lot of our guys. The guys had a good summer and a good off season, and hopefully we can put it all together here and be playing our best come March.
And Tommy McDowell started the second half about as hot as Troike started the first half, came out 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. He had 14 points in the third quarter alone. And Tommy's one of those guys, he's 6'5". You don't look at him and think he's an outside shooter, but he's got a pretty good three-point shot.
He's got a good shot, he does, and he's worked a lot on it, continuing to work on it. We got several guys that can get hot. The other day against Parsons, I thought we did not shoot the ball well at all. I think we were 1 of 11 from the three-point line, and obviously that's something we can't be 1 of 11 and expect to be in many games. So that's about the right number to shoot, but I'd like to see us making 6 or 7 of those. And tonight we were able to get on fire a little bit, and when they start going in, it sure makes things go a lot better.
Well, a big win here tonight against Liberal, and it's got to feel good. I don't have the schedule in front of you, but I want to say Galena. Is that you guys?
Yeah, we got Galena, and I think
that's a tough one.
I think they're ranked 3rd or 4th in the state right now in 3A. So be a big measuring stick for us right here before Christmas. We know them well. Saw them twice last year, and they got us both times. And they lost the Sarwinski kid last year, but they got a lot of pieces back. And
sure, they don't have another Sar. They always have a Sarwinski kid. They don't have one they could just pull out of a locker.
Well,
somewhere.
I think Bo is finally finished. Let's hope so. Anyway, I don't know of any more, but anyways,
she's on the girls' team.
She's on the girls' team,
Right,
so Coach Herlocker will have to worry about that instead of us. But they'll be a good matchup for us. They're going to match our size more so than what we've seen. They got some big kids, and they're pretty long, similar to us. So it'll be a big test for us, and it'll be a good measuring stick to see where we're at right here before Christmas break.
All right, Coach, we look forward to that one, and we'll cut you loose here tonight. Congratulations on the win, and go enjoy it with your team before you get right back to work tomorrow.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that's head coach Rod Westcott. Trojans come out tonight on top, 82-53 over the Liberal Bulldogs. Our post-game coach interviews brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. So, Jess, I guess we got to talk player of the game tonight.
Well,
you could
first
pick
half,
several
right.
guys.
First half or second half?
Yeah, first half I'd say Aiden Troike.
Yeah.
Second half I'd say Tommy McDowell.
Right. So,
but
can we give co-player?
Who's gonna, I don't think Evans Motors is going to go for that.
Right. So,
I don't think Nick and Eddie are going to. Who are you going to pick? Come on.
Let's give it to Troike.
Throw the coin.
He kind of set the pace and come out, and he got a little bit of foul trouble and didn't get to play a whole lot in the second half, but he kind of set the pace and the tone for the game and let the Trojans out to this big lead. So.
All right. Well, congratulations to Aiden Troike, our player of the game tonight. It's brought to you by Evans Motors, the best players in the car business are Nate and Eddie at Evans Motors. Let them find the car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for you and your family. Visit them at the intersection of 69 and 400 Highway south of Pittsburgh, or see their online showroom at evansmotors.net. We'll step away for our final break of the pregame show. We'll come back and put a bow on this one here at Ted R. Taylor. Trojans come out on top big tonight, 82-53 over the Liberal Bulldogs. You're watching the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Hey, welcome back one final time to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium here in Girard. Trojans win it tonight, 82-53 over the Liberal Bulldogs. We'll be back in action Friday night as the girls travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Colgan Panthers. We'll have that game girls only for you on Friday night. We will have some wrestling action here, a triangular going on here in Girard on Thursday night, so we'll have that for you on Girard. So I won't, but somebody will.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You do not want me doing the play-by-play of a wrestling. I mean,
what's a crossface to a cradle?
You don't
half Nelson.
Yeah, that
something to that line.
Yeah. Oh no, we're getting heckled live on TV.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here in Girard. The Trojans come out on top here tonight over the Liberal Bulldogs. Back in action Thursday for wrestling. Friday night girls basketball at Colgan. And then next week we'll travel for a doubleheader on the road at Galena. So that'll be a big test for the boys and maybe for the girls as well. We'll see what Galena's going to put out on the floor on the girls' side. We know they'll have Mia Sarwinski.
Right.
And the girls came out on top tonight, 48-27. In St. Paul, so a win tonight for the Trojans, both hither and yon. But that's going to do it for us here at Ted R. Taylor. I'm Josh Lettner for Jess Murphy. Thanks for joining us here on Girard Sports Live. We'll see you down the road Thursday night for wrestling, Friday night for Colgan. You've been watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
You've been watching Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter. Thanks for watching, and don't miss us next time right here on Girard Sports Live.